Have you ever forgotten your phone at home and felt like you lost a part of yourself? At first, panic sets in. No messages, no scrolling, no safety net in your pocket. But sometimes, forgetting your phone might be the best accident of your day. Tonight's story is about presence, the rare gift of being fully here, now. Picture this. A small group of friends meet at a cozy diner on a Friday night. The place is buzzing with chatter, plates clinking, and the smell of burgers and fries in the air. Everyone sits down, but almost instantly, screens light up, fingers scroll, notifications buzz. Laughter is muted by the constant tap of glass, except for one friend who realizes they forgot their phone at home. At first, they feel left out, disconnected, almost invisible. But slowly, something shifts. With no phone to retreat into, they start looking around. They notice the sound of genuine laughter from the booth behind them. They catch the smell of fresh fries sizzling in the kitchen. They see their friends' faces, not filtered through screens, but real, alive, expressive. One friend tells a story, waving hands dramatically, and for the first time, they're really listening. They laugh, not at a meme, not at a video, but at something raw and real. The room feels warmer, time feels slower, presence feels possible. For the first time in a long while, they are not distracted. They are here, fully here. According to self-determination theory by Diffe and Ryan, humans have 3 core psychological needs: relatedness, competence, and autonomy. Among them, relatedness, the feeling of being genuinely cared for, is the foundation of happiness. Research from Harvard University shows that when someone feels another person's presence during a difficult moment, cortisol, the stress hormone, significantly decreases. Presence is not just words, but the deep feeling of, I am not alone. In society, presence creates bridges of trust, which sociologists call social capital, a community where people listen and show up for each other in important moments becomes stronger and more resilient. fMRI studies reveal that when being listened to, the prefrontal cortex, the area processing self-worth, lights up. This proves that genuine presence makes the brain register that we matter. In the digital age, many think a message or a like is enough. But indirect interaction cannot replace face-to-face presence. Because the body responds to eye contact, voice, and silence, things technology can never fully convey. Presence doesn't require money or perfect advice. It only requires giving attention and letting others know they are not alone. Sometimes that presence alone saves a bad day, heals a wound, or even changes a life. Imagine working in a busy office, deadlines constantly chasing you. A coworker turns to you and simply asks, "Are you doing okay?" That small question makes you feel seen, not invisible. In a relationship, sometimes your partner doesn't need advice, just your presence, listening without judgment. That presence speaks louder than 1,000 words. With parents, presence can simply mean sharing a meal together without phones interrupting. Those short moments often stay in memory for a lifetime. You have a friend going through a hard time. You don't know what to say to help. Sometimes, just sitting with them in silence is the greatest gift. First, put down your phone when someone is talking to you. Second, make eye contact. Eyes are the strongest signal of attention. Third, respond with simple phrases. I understand. That must be tough. These small gestures make others feel safe and valued. You can start by spending just 5 minutes a day listening to a loved one without interrupting. Or practice sending a message like, "How are you doing?" instead of just leaving a like. Think back, when was the last time you truly listened to someone? And when was the last time you felt someone's presence with you? Presence isn't a luxury, it's within reach, starting from the simplest of moments. And sometimes, those moments create the greatest change. Sarah, a new employee at a marketing firm, constantly felt anxious that she wasn't good enough. During a meeting, her boss looked her in the eye and said, "Your ideas are worth considering." That single simple line made Sarah feel seen, and her confidence began to grow. Tom and Emily had been together for 3 years, but lately both had been busy and barely talked. One evening, Emily set aside her work, turned off her phone and said, "Tonight I just want to sit with you." Tom stayed silent, smiled, and that moment bridged the distance between them. A 12-year-old boy studied late into the night, stressed about an upcoming exam. His mother didn't explain the lesson for him, she just sat nearby and brought a cup of hot cocoa. For the boy, that presence mattered more than any advice. Mark had just gone through a breakup, his heart heavy. He didn't want to talk to anyone. His best friend simply showed up, sat next to him, and didn't ask much. In the silence, Mark felt he wasn't alone, and slowly the sadness became lighter. An Uber driver worked the night shift, exhausted after dozens of rides. When dropping off his last passenger, a young woman smiled and said, "Thank you for getting me home safe." That simple phrase reminded him his work had value, that he was helping keep people safe. Sometimes, presence and a small thank you are enough to warm an entire long night. Finally, pause for a moment and remember, who has been there for you in your toughest times? It might be your parents, a friend, or even a colleague quietly supporting you. Their presence alone, without fancy words, became an invaluable anchor for your spirit. When you appreciate that presence, you realize you too can be someone else's anchor. Every glance, every smile, every genuine moment of listening can change someone's day, or even their life. So start today. Don't wait for a grand opportunity. Just be there for one person. It could be listening to a friend who feels down, or simply sitting silently with your family after a long day. Never underestimate the power of presence. Sometimes it's the greatest gift you can give. If this story made you reflect, drop a comment. Today, I want to be present for, and fill in the name of someone you thought of. And if you'd like to explore more everyday stories with powerful lessons, don't forget to subscribe and join our journey. Because sometimes just one presence is enough to change an entire life.